Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rizal Mochamad Rhamdan. I'm from B1 2020. My student numbers ID is 20 20 20 22 0011. So today I'd like to make a video about the presentation about the proposal or the research proposal from the 19th students from IKIP Siliwangi. So this video is supposed to be, I made this supposed to be to fulfill the final task or the project from the speaking subject from Bapak Yana. So let's begin the video. So this is the proposal from the 19 students named Warsan Wahyudin, or 18 students Warsan Wahyudin. So this is the approval sheet, research proposal, the developing of text procedural using YouTube video in class 11 senior high school. So the writer of this proposal is Warsan Wahyudin, has been examined on Wednesday, November 17, 2021, approved by examiner 1, Mr. Yana, SPD M.Hum, and examiner 2 is Miss Cynthia Rahmawati, MMPD. This is the preface. As you can see, this proposal is written well. And then this is the table of contents. The title in the page 1, background problem is also in 1, research objective of research in the 3rd. And then this is the table of contents. And let's begin with the first material. This is the title, developing of the text procedural using YouTube video in class 11 of senior high school. So the background of this research or background problem of this research is language is the most appropriate practice for developing thinking skills from Wibowo 2001. Says that language is a system of sound symbols that are meaningful and articulate, generated by speech instruments that are arbitrary and conventional, which are used as a means of communication by a group of humans to give birth to feelings and thoughts. So the language is, especially English is the international language. So we can communicate with other people like from the outside of this country, for like to communicate with the English people or American people, something like that. So the language, especially English, is like the most important thing if we want to communicate with other people who can speak English also. So English is the most widely spoken language in the world, is the mother of tongue of more than 400 million people worldwide. As I said before, so learning objectives are direct objectives that are directly related to the mystery of the teaching material evidence teaching 2016. Setting a learning objective is an absolute requirement for teacher in choosing the method used in presenting teaching materials. Learning objectives are targets to be archived at the end of teaching, as well as abilities must be possessed by students. Learning objectives are abilities, competencies, or skills that are expected to be possessed by students after they carry out a certain learning process according to Dharma 2008. So let's move to the second page, in the process learning, procedural text teaching are required to be active in presenting innovative and creative model techniques and or media in order to achieve learning objectives that produce early learning outcomes. This will result in benefits for students live and the community. So reading is the most important thing that uh, have to possessed by the students if they are want to learn something, like from the English course or the Bahasa Indonesian course. You have to read a lot of sentences, a lot of paragraph if you want to possess the material, if you want to know about uh, the main point of that material. So this is YouTube is understanding as a digital media site. So if we are talking about YouTube, YouTube is worldwide used. So everyone using YouTube, and I think it's supposed to be easy if we are learning with YouTube uh, as like uh, the site beside we are learning from the book. So we will the YouTube will help us to understand more about the material. So YouTube has the understanding as a digital media site that can be downloaded, uploaded, and shared throughout the country. YouTube is a social media site that is often used in a phenomenal among the public. People use YouTube, but in viewing latest news, looking for information, even for entertainment, such as watching movies, listening songs, or watching various tutorials. According to Part 2013, YouTube is a database containing video content that is popular on a social media as well as provider of various helpful information. YouTube has function to search for video information or view the videos directly. So we can see a lot of thing in YouTube like entertainment, news, or knowledge with free. So we go to research question. How are the scenarios and implementation of the developing text procedural using YouTube videos in class 11 senior high school? Number two, how do teachers and students respond to the developing the text procedural using YouTube videos in 11 senior high school? And then what are obstacles experienced by students in completing the task of writing procedural text? The benefit of research are expected to emerge from the implementation of this research are follows. One, for teacher, how is the process in implementation of the developing text procedural using YouTube videos for class 11, making easier for teacher to provide simulation to students in developing learning methods that are applied. For students, it is hoped that the difficulties experienced by students in writing can be overcome by applying text procedures because the system is very helpful in writing, in writing students, and also simulate students to more creative and productive in managing sentences. So this is have a benefit both for the teachers and for the student also, because I think and if we are learn with YouTube, so the teachers can be more have a search, can be have search more for students, and students is more freely to choose what they want when they learn. And then for researchers, a prospective teacher is expected to know the use and how to develop various learning approaches, learning models, and appropriate learning strategies so that development of students' creative writing ability to produce a product of learning. And the clarification of key terms. Procedure text is the text fully explain how to produce, making, or doing something. Procedure text aim to inform the reader to keep steps to make or do something in accordance with what is written. Like text in general, procedure text is also have text structure, including the following titles, objectives, tools, materials, steps, and closing. So if we are learn with YouTube, we can see a graphic or the video for that, what is the video maker is making, what is for example is when we are want to arrange part of PC, that is that is the example from the procedural text to make a PC. So we can see how he doing that, and we can also learn about the procedural text with step by step, with like the first thing is we have to put the processor to motherboard and many others. This is the explanation about the explanation about YouTube video, literature review, and many others of kind of things. Title is procedural text created, purpose making something related to the title, and it's also related to our research with YouTube, so it can be more easier for the students to learn about that. Declarative, interrogative, temporal, and I think we have to go to is the methodology or research procedure. This chapter presents the research method in conducting the study. The existence of the research methodology has goal of guiding the research in order to work systematically. The research method covers a set of research activities conducted by research. It involves research design, population of on and sample, instrument of data collection, technique of data collection, and technique of data analysis. The research procedure that the author is as follows: 1. Preparation, identify research problem, formulate and define problem, and C. Formulate research question. Implementation, determine research design and research method. B. Develop instrument and collect data. C. Analyze data and present the result. Number 3. Evaluation, assess research results, interpret findings, make a conclusion and recommendations, compile reports, and publish them. Research subject and parties who are used as sources of data, information, and research conducted, and many other research instrument. It's like a tools to collect data. This is this writer using an interview to students, and then the questionnaires is also to students and to teachers, also an observation. And data analysis techniques is interview, questionnaire, and observation. Research schedules. This is the schedules of the research in the first to the 6th month. We can see here. You have to make a preparation and also the implementation and then the publication at the end of the 6th month. And then this is the references from this proposal. So I think that's all from me to how I try to speak out this proposal as to fulfill the task of the reading for academic. I think for the reading subject. So thank you for the attention. I'm sorry if there are any mistakes, And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.